fully gone through the procedures. Then we also have other key drivers of enforcement. Along the way, the law, Petroleum Supply Act requires us that if you are dispensing petroleum products, you have to ensure a certain stock. And this stock that is mentioned in the Act is a 10-day stock. So if you are not keeping a 10-day stock, it may also lead to enforcement. There may be other businesses which may lead to violation of quantity of products dispensed. That one can also lead to enforcement. Then we'll also have prohibition of officers of the ministry from carrying out their duties. There are people who do not want to have, their product listed for quality. And they try to hide or even refuse completely to sample. That one will lead to enforcement. You are at all times required to observe or to give product once it is requested, or information once it is requested. Other offenses include smuggling, include also failing to submit data. Soon we'll have a portal that will require your operation as sales and purchase data. So once it comes in, we require all of you who operate petrol stations to give us data. It will be online. There are also others who fail to comply with the requirements of the Act, or even fail to bring us ideas. Like there are people who are reported, like information does not meet this and this and this. Say, like, for example, your oil interceptor has not been drained of its of the sludge that is in it, and then it keeps on powering into the community. If we come and tell you that do this and you don't do it, then we can take you on with enforcement. Next. Exit. We have entry, we have a stage where you are operating, and now a stage where you are exiting. That is where you feel you are no longer interested in carrying out business, and you want to restore your premise or your place to the original place you found it when you are entering the business. So at this stage, you have to decommission. Decommissioning means you remove all your facilities, the tanks, the blocks, the canopy, etc. And then you restore that place to a place how it used to be before you actually entered the business. When this stage comes in, you are requested to notify the commissioner in writing. And the commissioner will guide you on the procedures of handling the decommissioning. Next. Sanctions. So what do we do if you are not complying with the standards, with the law and the regulations? What do we do? One, if you have been licensed, we revoke your license. That is if you fail to comply with the standards during operations, or with the law, or with the regulations. We revoke the license. A license is issued by Minister of Energy. So if I give you a document, I can record it. And once it is recorded, then you will not be allowed to operate. Then we also follow up with courts of laws. I can assure you that it looks to be on paper here and it looks to be like simple, but we have done it in other places. and we don't want it to occur to you. It is painful, it is lengthy, and if you fight government in courts of law, endanger. Instead of going to courts, comply and continue and improve. Then, number 3, we serve appropriate warnings and reminders. Normally, we don't go to number 2 before we have gone to number 3. We first tell you, please, our friend, why don't you carry out this one? Improve on this one. Improve on your standards. Improve on adherence to the law. Why don't you comply with what others require? Why don't you follow the law? Why do you want to keep working when you don't have a license? When you are not complying with the environmental guidelines? So we serve reminders and warnings. Challenges. What do we face in enforcement? We have seen people who, even when they are advised and guided and pleaded to, they refuse to do what? To heed. They complain. Either you find they have small facilities which may not enable them to comply. And then they want to keep on waiting. Let's wait for the next day. Let's wait for the next day. But when we come, of course, we put a seal, we add another one, and it is painful. So those are the challenges. And those are our colleagues. And most times, this one comes in from people who are already established. They have license stations. They have done wonders in towns and hide small things along the roads outside the town. So the people who are already aware of standards and regulations. A number of facilities have continued the habit of adulteration of products. And for this, you are endangering the public vehicles. Our vehicles, you don't want our vehicles to be on the road. Because one upon endangering our vehicles, the public saying that, no, we need to go to or others. I've just mentioned one name. Your facility. Because of then we also have analysis task. and laws, standards, and there is no, if you have a standard that is at your level, the company standard or organization standard, but it's lower than the standard, then it's not a standard. And you say, I have a standard. So, you should not go to station that that does not that ensures bad practices. So operators